Okay, so this here is a huge pain in the ass. Okay, I'm only making this video because eventually down the road somebody's going to buy this same model and they're going to come to this and they're going to find the same problems that I did. And so let's switch gears here. What we're looking at here is now let me turn this around. Okay, we got the it's attaching the body to the neck. Okay, I've added some pieces since then, but you're gonna run into this problem. Let's see, is this already there? Yeah, that's already there. That's right there. But what's gonna happen is underneath here, okay, I wish I'd taken this video sooner. But underneath, because this is like this piece right here is like 3 steps ahead. But underneath here, you're gonna need to, there's a screw. Let's see if I can get a good viewpoint of it. Right there. Let's see. Where'd it go? Come on, focus, 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 focus. Where'd you go, buddy? There it is. That one right there. That screw right there. And you can even see right underneath here where the bolt is, the nut. Okay? That screw is what holds this body to the neck, okay? And the problem is, once you've put together, this part's fine. Once you put this together, it's wide, okay? The metal is unforgiving and it's wide. And they want you to use, I believe, a B16, is it? No, it's B18. A B18 to go across this body. All right? Now, looks feasible because I've already done it. The problem is when it's wide and the metal hasn't been bolted together, that B18 is not going, unless you have extremely strong hands and at the same time very delicate hands, and not to crush the whole thing, there is no way that is going to happen. So I finagled with this thing for probably a good half hour or so. And ultimately what happened was, okay, and also that we're going to talk about this a little bit too. What happened was I used a B28 to bolt that body together, and then okay, so we're looking at this here. Instead of B18, I used B28. Okay, and I put all that together. Then it comes to, let me bring it up, this whole mess. Okay, and yeah, that's the next, oops, sorry. What we're looking at here, what we're looking at here is this right here. And then this is underneath here. And then you put all this together, blah, 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 blah. And that's where this comes into play. That's that step. Da, 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 da. Well, the problem was when I used that B28, it stuck out so far. Let's see, where's B28? There's that's this one. It's step number 114. When I got to step number 114, the screw that I used, which was the only one that was strong enough to, or long enough to go through the full body and I could crank it down, was in the way of putting this in place. So what I ended up doing was I left this part off, this part, and this part. I put the screw, let's see what number screw they want you to use. B25, I used B25 to go through. I left them off and just cranked the body down, okay? Then I took the body, that one, the one that I'm talking about there, step, step 113, okay? I went back to 113 and I took that screw out, and since I had cranked it down with this, I was able to get the original screw that they called for into place. Not easily, but I was able to do it. And then when I went back, I loosened this up, and then it comes down to the gears here. Now this screw also is very, very, you see how the short screw there? I had to loosen this and get the nut, a washer and a nut on both sides underneath this gear. So I had to loosen this up, and this is a nut bolt. Oh shoot. Anyway, you if you're doing this, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I had to loosen this up to get A3 and a D5 underneath the gear to make everything fit together. Okay? And then I had to crank it all down again. And so yeah, you're going to have to loosen this up. But honestly, step 113 is literally impossible unless you're an absolute genius with these things, without cranking that body down and pulling it together. Okay? So when you get to step 113, just do yourself a favor, shove a screw in there, even if you're, and remember where you put it, shove a screw right through here, and bolt it down as tight as humanly possible, and then you can use the proper bolt that they ask for, which is B18. Because it's impossible otherwise. I mean, look how much is going on in here. There's a whole lot going on in here. This is here now. It was like this. There's no way that I could squeeze this together and make it all happen the way the steps were set. So, if you're making this model and you reach step 113 and you're scoring the internet or YouTube or whatever for help, this is your help. Crank down a screw and bolt right here behind this gear to crank down that body and as tight as humanly possible, and then you'll be able to get that nut in place. Oh, gosh, I gotta get the flashlight again. It's right there, right behind there. And on this side, there's the screw. There's the nut. It's very short screw. And if you've done any of these like I have, you know it's a very tiny nut. It's not easy. There's a reason for that big red hard spot. Okay? So there you go. That's your solution for that step. As a whole, this is where I am. And he's looking pretty cool. And he's freaking heavy. And I'm taking tomorrow off. I'm not playing with this guy again for a little while, because whoo boy, you gave me some trouble today. You sure did. And I'm sure nobody's going to actually see any of this. I do this for my own enjoyment. But there we go. Step 113. Let's see. 113. Did I already flip it? No. Step 113. Many of them are connected. All right, you already watched the video, and yeah, I'm done. I'm done. All right, do with it what you will.